Hi, this is 365801 and this is a Pride Manga Readathon reading vlog. So here is my flowers look very different. It's been a couple of days. I went away for the weekend. I was dog sitting. So I am back now. Today is the first Monday. And I just got back. And I just left everything out. So my TBR is still here. And the flowers are still here, but I had the blinds down, so they didn't get any sunshine. And now they've turned this weird pale color. They were like super vibrant before, so I don't know, maybe that's what happens. They're looking a bit old. Peonies, I love peonies, but yeah, they're kind of pricey as flowers go. I have other flowers downstairs which had some daylight and they're looking fine. Anywho, this is my TBR. I don't know what I'm gonna read. I totally forgot. I have to go away again. So I'm working today. Oh my god. This is the worst time to start a vlog when you're like, I'm here for 5 minutes and then I'm away again. I literally am I have to get ready for work, and then when I get back, it'll be late at night, and then I have to leave early tomorrow. I haven't even bought myself a ticket yet to go, so I have to do that as well. And I won't be back until either I might come back on the Wednesday, depending on how I'm going down for dental work. So I don't know if I'm going to travel back on the Wednesday or travel back on the Thursday, because then I'm working on Thursday as well. Packed. I'm packed. I'm booked and busy. But I was thinking, like, what do I want to read? So because I'm in a bit of a like quick, let's do some, maybe start something before I go to work. The first thing on the bingo board, I'll put it on the screen, is an LGBT work. And I'm thinking, what do I definitely want to read? And I'm thinking one of the Tokyopop ones. Maybe at 30 I realised I had no gender. Oh, they knew they were going to do that. This one. So yeah, I might give this one because it is just a one shot. And I feel like I need to get some early wins in the month if I'm going to try and see if I can get a blackout with a bingo board. It's 5x5, so that's 25 volumes in June. I think I can do that. But if I'm busy going off and doing stuff, I might not. So yeah, I think I might give this a wee start while I get ready for work, and maybe book myself a ticket. Also, I have to upload my haul video for May. I think I need to do that as well. And when I got in the door, there was a little package. So let's go open a package, because what a great way to start a vlog with actually more books. So this arrived while I was away at the weekend, because I did notice a whole month has gone by. So I did a no buy for a month. It just wasn't a calendar month, because I bought the stuff, what was it, the 22nd of April? And this was like right after, basically, I made my TBR video, and I was like, I want it. I want to see if I can get it. So I got it. And it's quite a thick one. That's good. Otonari Complex, Volume 1. Because I have a Volume 2, and I was like, oh, I kind of want it. I could have got it secondhand for about £6 something, and then I was in two minds about getting it, and then ended up getting the second volume. And then forgetting about getting the first volume, and then the price went up, so I was like, but it was Amazon, but it was £7 something, and I thought, actually, that's pretty good. And now the price has gone up there as well, so September 2024. So yeah, this is one I actually really want to give a go to, because it is about gender, a handsome girl and a pretty boy. And I kind of feel like gender expression and things like that. Is it a childhood friend love story? Maybe it is a love story. Maybe it's a romance. But yeah, I feel like gender expression is something that I can read about in June as well. But yeah, another one. So this is the only thing so far on my haul for June. And honestly, if this was the only thing I had, I'd be fine. I feel like I'm doing quite well with trying not to. But there are things in my shopping carts. So, well, I'm going to give this one a read, or at least a start, make my sandwiches and stuff, and post my haul video. So I need to do that, social media stuff and all that as well. And get ready for work. It's already a busy day. So busy. So it is the next day. I've got my bag packed. I've got my jacket. I've got another little like lunch bag. And I have got some manga in here that I'm going to try and read. Or I also have a prose book that I'm supposed to be reading, or I should have read already. So yeah, I am planning to head soon. It just feels like it's all go, go, go. So yeah, we'll see how the day goes. I got back late last night, around 10:30, something like that, and it was quite I was quite tired and it was very dark, and I just was like, no, just go to bed. So I did. I just got well, I did have a wee snacky snack before because I bought some lovely things from, is it Beans Bakery, but I hadn't eaten any of it on the way up. I just wasn't feeling hungry because I had my dental work done. So I was like, no. But as soon as I got home, I was like, eat them and go to bed. So yeah, I've been away and I've not listened to a single second of this. It's unfortunate. It does need, it looks like it needs cleaned. Maybe I should get the coconut oil out. What I did read though was my reread of volume 1 of I Want to Be a Wall. Oh, that's number 3. And yeah, my reread of volume 1, which I did at my parents' house. And I started volume 2. So this is, of course, the story of Yuriko and Gakurota, sorry. there's a running joke that when she first meets him, she keeps getting his name wrong. So Gaku and Yuriko and their lavender marriage and how they like navigate being a couple. They kind of feel like they've married for, it is very much like companionship more than anything. For societal expectations, of course, yes, and that gets talked about as well. But there's a general sense of wanting to be family with someone without wanting to have that romantic or sexual connection, just a familial one, and that's often difficult for people in their situation. Gakurota is very much in love with his straight best friend and doesn't want to even cannot even contemplate anyone else. And Yuriko is an asexual fujoshi who is very much wanting to avoid having to be married in a relationship romantically or have children, anything like that. So yeah, and it's this 3-volume series where we get to meet them, and then you get to know how they're coping with being together as a couple, negotiating household chores and things like that. And then the last volume was really, I mean, there was a moment when I cried. I was like in the bus on the way up crying. I'm like, that was really there's a wee bit of like excitement, I guess, a bit of action, because you also get to know some of the other characters as well. The person that Gakurota is in love with, there's definitely something there for him in terms of how he wants to navigate living his life in the world, and the expectations of families, whether it's parents or grandparents, uncles, aunts, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I like that this didn't devolve into actually I'm in love with you. No, they are very much who they are, and they are still that way, just a little bit more connected by the end of the third book, and it was just lovely. I loved it. It was great. I don't know what this is going to go down as. I was going to read this for. Well, I could say it starts a series and finishes a series. So I'll have to see what it could be classed as, what it would go under. It is LGBT work, which I like, and which was what I was going to, but I decided not to take just one single volume. I thought I would take this with me. So I still have the single volume to continue. Today is Thursday, so I have got 3 read. So if I read a 4th volume today, I will be on track to do one a day, which is be good. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is this? What is this? Hello. So because I was going through Glasgow and I had a bit of the way that the buses and trains and things all worked, I had a bit of time to sit and do nothing, and I would have had to sit and do nothing for quite a while, and I thought, I'm walking past it anyway, I'll pop into the shop. So I popped into Waterston's to see if they had any manga that I might want, or any that was on sale. They did have a wee sale section, but there was people around and I didn't want to film. Sorry, didn't get any B-roll. And then I went into Forbidden Planet, which I very rarely get a chance to go into, and they do 3 for 2. So I know in some places, like, do Barnes & Noble do 3 for 2? But Waterston's never do 3 for 2. But yeah, Forbidden Planet, they do 3 for 2. And so depending on what you're buying, it sometimes is quite a good deal. So I know I usually get my Sublime from Sci-Fire, but if I get, they're all $9.99. If I get these 3 of them, I'm only paying £6.66 per volume, and that's a really good buy. So I thought I will get 3 if they had 3. In the first pass that I looked over the LGBT section, I was like, oh, did they have anything? I found this one and I was like, okay, it's not even covered in plastic, so it must not be very intimate. And I did hear a few things about this being like maybe not quite BL, maybe. Amida Muku. May I Have a Taste? Volume 1, and a fairly new one. that just came out. So yeah, April 2026. And then this is Black and White Volume 12, which I'm really, like, I was happy to find this one because I didn't see it the first time. And I was like, oh, there must be a third one that I can get. So yeah, Black or White Volume 12. It's fairly new as well. And I've obviously just read up to Volume 11. So this keeps me up to date. And also I find out what happens next. So the other one is Engage Volume 4, which also keeps me up to date. So I ended up finding his favourite Volume 14, which I don't have as well, but they didn't have another 2. But they do have them released, they just didn't have them in store. So yeah, happy days, I have these as well. I am working today, so I have to go get myself ready and have something to eat. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have to go to work now. At 30, I realised I had no gender. I am, I would say 3/4 of the way through. There's been some really interesting points, actually. It's been really quite interesting and informative. It feels like listening to a podcast or witnessing a conversation between people, because it's in yonkoma or 4-panel comic style. It does feel like a conversation is taking place, often between the two main people. Ko Usaki is his partner, because this is autobiographical, Sho Arai. So this has obviously been something that's been going on quite a lot for Sho Arai, and this is just like a sort of synopsis of everything, or like snippets of things, and talking about their life and how they present and what changes has happened, that kind of thing. But one of the things that I found really interesting was their discussion, I wonder if it is here, about I wonder if I've gone past it about male and female bodies, and when going to the gym and the BMI and all that. So this point here in chapter 2, are your body measurements male or female? So if you're male, you get a different body fat composition score than if you're female, but you have to choose which gender to put in when you're doing these body comp ones. And I was thinking, so in some you might be like overweight or obese, but only if you're a woman rather than if you're a man, even though the fat content is the same. It's interesting. It was interesting anyway. So yeah, if you're intersex, what do you put down? Because if there's only male or female, what do you put down? So you would never find out what your body fat, your true body fat composition would be, because the percentage is different for men and women. Isn't that really fascinating? I hadn't even known that. That was really interesting. So yeah, there's definitely been some funny laugh out loud things, and there's been some really interesting conversations, like glasses. Why are they male and female? They're just glasses. It really should just be based on size. So yeah, there's definitely some interesting things about like fashion, clothes, how people present, what options are available, and how actually men's fashion is quite restrictive when it comes to being smart. And yeah, there were some issues about other people writing in and having questions, and then Show and Co talking through things. So yeah, it's been really interesting so far. There's a big section here. I just finished reading through their two like couples interviewing each other, and then I started on this like next section, which is living with a partner. So yeah, I am enjoying it a lot. This is where I'm at. I'm going to get ready to go to work though, and see if I can get this finished tonight. I have also been very distracted by some web comics and things like that. So even though I have a physical TBR, because I am at this point reading some autobiographical things, I am still getting distracted by more silly, fluffy webcomics as well. So yeah, not great. Anyway, I'm gonna make sure I've got a sandwich and stuff to go with me to work. And then it's Friday today, so it is a shorter day, which is good. So I have a shorter shift, which is nice. So I'll get home a little bit earlier. I don't know if I'm going to stop off at the shops and get anything because I am going to be busy tomorrow as well. So yeah, I will check in when I've finished this or when I'm reading something else. But yeah, so far this is a really good one. It has taken a wee while just because autobiography ones do take a bit longer to read. There's more text to read, and also things to think about. You have to stop and think about things. And this has been quite thought-provoking in some of the things that have been presented, but very light-hearted and in a funny way, and a very personable way. So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. Hello, it is a couple of days later. I did finish at 30. I realized I had no gender. Life lessons from a 50-year-old after 2 decades of self-discovery. So I did finish the last section of this yesterday. It was quite funny. It's got lots of different things to say about it. What's this? June 2023. It does kind of flit around in different kind of topics, but they're all related to life and living, and the last section was quite nice because it was about them as a couple or living together and that kind of thing. So yeah, this was a good one. I liked it because, like, I'm not 30, but I'm not 50 yet. So I kind of feel like this was a good range for me as an older manga reader. I feel like this was quite interesting to there's a lot of talk about being an old man, that kind of thing, or how aging affects your identity and how you view yourself and how other people view you and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I did really enjoy this. I'm really glad that that I have read it now. This one was the LGBT one I was going to put down. I don't know what else it could come under, so that's kind of what I'd originally picked it up for. Obviously, I've got quite a lot of LGBT work on my TBR anyway. So we'll see. And I haven't actually read too much. This is now, it's what, Monday now? The 8th. So it's been a whole week of this Pride Manga Readathon, and I have not done very much because I had like a women's wellness workshop on Saturday, and I had planned to just come back on the Saturday. I was going with my brother's partner, and the two of us were going together just to like see what it was about. And it was okay. It wasn't great. Like, it was okay. There was a goodie bag, so I felt like cool. So I've got a wee goodie bag. But I don't think that it was particularly useful. The only issue was I was thinking, right, I'm gonna see them, I'm gonna see my brother, I'm gonna be like, cool, I might go to the shops afterwards and I'll come home on Saturday and read some more. So I don't want to take any manga. I won't take anything with me. I'll take my book with me if I want to read anything. I've got the audio for it as well. Grand. But then they were like, just stay, have dinner, stay. And then on Sunday it was like, just hang out, it's cool. And then I went to the shops anyway, and I got driven home. So like, it was later coming home than I had planned, and also I was pretty tired. so I'm glad I got this finished. But yeah, I feel like I'm behind. So I'm gonna read something exciting and new. One of the TBR, I think, was the first one, the Instagram challenges. The first one is the TBR, and then the other one is a new release. And of course I was like, but I don't have any new releases, but I do now. So I'm gonna read something new. I think that would be good, and then go back to my TBR. I don't know what I'm gonna read yet, but I'm sure I will talk about it in the next clip. I have now finished May I Have a Taste by Amida Muku, volume 1. This doesn't really, I think I agree with some people who said that this doesn't really have the sense of it being BL necessarily at this stage. I have checked, I think there's more chapters on, is it Manga Plaza? So I could maybe go there and see what happens after. But it did end in a bit of a cliffhanger. So we've got a 40-year-old virgin who has been turned into a vampire. That's and his very pushy subordinate at work who wants to be a vampire, and he kind of inserts himself into this poor man's life. Poor Sayo. Being turned into a vampire and just struggling with it because he still has so much of his humanity left. So yeah, it's interesting. The art style is very I don't know, it's kind of, I don't want to say grimy because it's not, but for a BL it is very, and it turns out that the author is mostly a seinen mangaka. So there you go. This would count for possibly the Sublime or Viz Media one, but also one of the challenges is to read the latest release or a new release, and this is pretty new. It just literally came out, so April 2026. My newest. Well, yeah, I guess it is. So feel good about that. So I do have 2 others that I picked up, so I could use those for other things as well. But I do want to move on from LGBT to, I'm just going to go across the board, to GL or Yuri, and this is other one that I want to read, My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. It's taken me such a long time to finally get this one. This is Nagata Kabi's very popular and pretty well-known one, June 2017. This particular volume I think is like brand new. It's never been, feels like it's never been opened and read. It's super tight still. But yeah, it's another autobiographical one. This is transferred by Jocelyn Allen. And it has just come out as a hardback, I think, as well. So yeah, it's been one that I wanted to get ages ago, and I just didn't find one for a really good price, and then kind of gave up. And as soon as I gave up, I was like, oh, find one. So yeah, I was like in 2 minds of, even do I want to keep the other volume that I have, because there's so many different ones afterwards. This poor woman has just been going through it in life. So I'm expecting this one to be an interesting and probably not the most uplifting read. So I might sporadically stop and read a little bit of a webcomic or something. I did just read the latest chapter of Blossoms of the White Knight, and oh, it was so good. Next chapter, next episode is gonna be fire. Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Tay really said it. Really just was like, yeah, fuck me. Oh, it was so good. Anyway, I'm going to give this a start. I think I might go and make some food though, because I'm kind of hungry. I had a phone appointment with the doctor, and they basically were like, yeah, we're gonna need to see ya. And I had said that anyway. I was like, you know, can I get a face-to-face appointment? And they're like, no. Someone will call. We'll call you. I felt okay. And he was like, yeah, we need a face-to-face appointment. I was like, thanks for that. So I now have to then wait a couple of weeks until I can get an appointment now, I think. So I will phone, I think it's Wednesday I have to phone. There's like once every 2 weeks you can get an appointment. Yeah, ugh, it's so ridiculous. But I will at some point try and get an appointment, and we'll see if I can get things sorted health-wise. Like Nagata Kabi, she also has a lot of health issues. I will find out what this first volume is like though, because I do remember the last one being interesting enough, but kind of depressing. So I need something uplifting, like webcomics. Hello, another day. Some more manga. I realized I'm still reading My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness, and I'm thinking I haven't actually spoken about this at all. And then I realized, oh, and you haven't spoken about these two either, so maybe let's actually do reviews on your reading vlogs, because so far you've not actually been reviewing very much. I was doing a bit of tidying, so I moved my TBR over here, and I'm looking at it going, yeah, I want to read all of these. How come I haven't read them yet? Because I've been reading other things, but still, I feel like it's time to focus. Before that, though, let's talk about some books that I have actually read, some manga that I've read. So I started, was it after May I Have a Taste? I thought, you know, go back to some non-fiction, fiction, that kind of thing. But it did take me a long time, and I'm only halfway through my lesbian well, maybe more than halfway through my lesbian experience of loneliness. I objectively want to read these non-fictions. I do, which is why June is always a tricky one for me, because I'm like, this is the time, read it. This is when you want to read it. You've saved this for this specific time, for this specific purpose. But then part of me is like, did you? Or did you just put off reading it because you know you're not very good at reading non-fiction? And I'm like, shut up, you. So yeah, it's because I'm quite bad at reading non-fiction, and especially the autobiographical. I mean, it's for good reason. Many people who create these works have mental health issues, and they are the difficult things to read. When it's to do with sex and pleasure and lifestyle choices and other things about just navigating the world, those are the things that I can read through quite easily. But when it's dealing with the mental health aspects and trauma and things like that, that's when it really gets me. And this is almost exclusively difficult to read. And I knew that was going to be the case. But yeah, I'm halfway through. She's not actually experienced it yet. But I stopped halfway through and was like, just read something that you want to read. So, like, reward yourself. You got halfway through. So I went back and reread volume 11 so that I could read volume 12, which is another new acquisition. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They had the whole thing about, Hanasaki went off on one. And I was like, either she's going to get really bad or she's going to, like, become an ally. And then we moved on to this, and I was like, that's right. It was a bit of a cliffhanger. Quick, get to 12. So I went back to 12 so that I could find out. And you do get this little sense of, like, at the back. And then this is her, like, obviously deciding at a certain point. She has such love for him that she would rather see him be successful than have her uncle succeed in his evil machinations. And at least that's something to be admired. And especially as she's becoming more aware that something's going on. But yeah, it was good to see him be an absolute wreck instead of being the prince. And just look at these cute faces. Look at this cute face. I should do some Chibi-Tober things again. See, these are the things. Sometimes when you leave old videos up on your channel, someone randomly will come across it, watch it, and comment. And there'll be no other comments on a video. And it's like, I don't know, like 6 years old or something, because I've been on YouTube for so long now. Has it been 6 years? Wait a minute, 1990. Maybe it's 7 now. Gosh. So there was a Chibi-Tober video that someone commented on, and I was like, I don't think I've actually properly ever watched this all the way through. So I watched one of my Chibi-Tober videos, and it was adorable. I was like, can I say that I'm a sweetheart? Can I say that about myself? Like, what a cutie patootie, just being like, I'm just gonna draw. And the person was so sweet. I was like, this is really good. I was like, it is quite good. I should go and find it. And I a few times since then I have thought, oh, next October I'll do another Chibi-Tober. And I keep meaning to, and yeah, obviously life gets in the way. So maybe instead of doing it like once every day, I do it once every 2 days or every 3 days, so that gives me time to edit and everything like. Because the videos were scrappy, but they were just perfectly formed, kind of easy. And this is the kind of chibi thing that I would probably quite happily do. The video was the Vassalord video. I was like, I don't think I've Where's the story? I'm just showing you lots of sex so that I can show you his silly face. This is what makes me laugh. Oh, so yeah, I don't really think I can tell you about too much, but there is to say that the the tension that we felt in volume 11 has almost like the storm breaking. It has got to a point where it's the crescendo has happened. We're tipped over because more people know about the situation, more people know about the negative aspect of what's happening and what has been happening, and more people are saying we are going to be there for you, we're going to support you, and there are allies that are visible and are showing their support, and there are those that are behind the scenes doing things to show their support. And I feel like that's a positive end to this. See, see, this whole panel would be so good to look at that face. Yeah, there he is. So yeah, the chibis are great. But yeah, I absolutely loved this volume, so happy about that. So I do feel like you should try and read Mindless Spiritual Loneliness. But I feel like I'm just gonna like even just a couple of pages and I'm like, ugh. It's not like I'm not enjoying it. Well, maybe I'm not enjoying it. Like, I don't think I'm enjoying it. I'm coming to the realization that it's not always a good time to be in someone's head when they don't want to be inside their own heads. So, yeah. But I'm just wondering what to go with next. And you know what? Oh, I got some news. Hold on. Talking about comments on videos. I will need to find whoever it was. Someone watched my TBR video and said, why don't you try looking on Vinted? Because there might be a volume 1 for sale. And I was like, but I just checked. But then I thought about it and I was like, you did check a while ago because you were thinking about Pride Manga Readathon for quite some time and trying to think of what you would put on your TBR. So this was one that I had been like, oh, it'd be really good if I had. So every once in a while I will look on lots of different sites to try and see if there are certain volumes that I'm missing for a good price. And I'd obviously looked, but it'd been a while ago, and I'd looked on eBay because eBay's like my obvious port of call for things that are secondhand or out of print. And there was one that was like a volume 1 and volume 2, but I already have a volume 2. I don't really know if I want to spend 20 something pounds just to get volume 1. So I went over onto Vinted, followed this person's advice, and there was a volume 1 for sale for about £7 something, and I was like, that's an excellent price. So snap up. So I don't even know if it's the same person. If it's the same person who left me the message who's also selling their volume. Maybe. If it is, thank you. But yeah, it's through Vinted, so I don't know when I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it by the end of the month. If I do, we are getting this read. Guys, we are getting this read, which would be fantastic. But I'm thinking I still want to have, yes, keep this, but maybe do some fun things to read at the same time. And so I'm thinking that I go down the stairs, pick up volume 1 of Crossplay Love, and we just ram through this, because I've noticed that I have not made a vlog yet for this, and so far I've read 3 volumes, 4 volumes, 5 volumes, 6, 7 volumes, 7 maybe, is it 7 or 8 things? Usually that would be the point when I would be like, oh, you should have made a vlog already. So I don't really have much in terms of footage because I've not really been showing you guys what I'm doing because I've been making other vlogs and stuff. But I would like to read, and it's hot and it's muggy, and I'm thinking this might be a little, I'm sorry, I'm getting really distracted because I'm looking outside and there's a baby seagull hopping about trying to fly, and it's super cute. Sorry, absolutely distracted. So yeah, I'm thinking Crossplay Love, I really liked volume 1. I should reread that and then see if I can get into this because I have all of these here. And yes, I am avoiding Wandering Sun just because I think that might also be a bit depressing, and I kind of want to be having fun, and I think Crossplay Love is the fun I need. I have made myself a little bit of dinner. It's tuna mayo, avocado and cucumber sushi rolls, with some sesame seeds and stuff. So they're not perfect looking. I need to get my roll right, and this is me doing it freehand, so not too bad because I don't have like one of those rolly machines, which I should have got. They were selling them in Lidl for like a tenner. So next time maybe I'll get them just because it makes it a bit easier. But also, don't they look so cute? And I have restarted Crossplay Love Otaku Punk Volume 1 just so I could get back into it. The first one has this lovely like raised edge for the writing, and then the Volume 2, which I have here, does not. It's like, we'll get you in with the first one and show you all the quality, and now we're gonna just not have that. Little things like that. If you notice them, you notice them. I am gonna stop though and reading this. I've been editing a couple videos as well, including this one just to get started on it so that it's uploaded and stuff. So that takes a bit of time. But I am going to watch Jet Lag, the game. It is a new season, so I think the first episode's like an hour. So I'm gonna have a little snacky do. I might make more of these. I might make the onigiris with this. I think this might be quite nice. Or I might just mix the avocado in with tuna and make that and make some onigiri for tomorrow. But it depends what my blood sugar does, because I've had potato and I had mashed potato and I had small boiled potatoes. The small boiled potatoes, I had just a few of them in with my omelettes, and it did not make any difference to my blood sugar at all. And then the mashed potato didn't actually hugely change either. So potato seems fine, but we'll see what rice is like, and then I'll need to try pasta as well. So I might make a carbonara or something, or like a vegetable one, just so that I'm testing what different carbs do to my blood sugars, because sweet things definitely, bread does as well. So those like I had some croissants earlier today, those spiked them. And muffins, 100% muffins do as well. So anything like bready definitely spikes my blood sugars, whereas potatoes didn't. So I'm wondering about rice and pasta. So I'm really hoping rice doesn't. And if I just have to not have pasta, or just have pasta occasionally, so we'll see how pasta does and we'll see how rice does. So this is the test really for this evening. We'll see how high it goes. But yeah, it does look tasty though, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Good morning. Well, actually, no, I should say it's afternoon. It is just afternoon, and this is my first meal of the day. I made myself another potato and asparagus cheese omelette. It just it smells delicious. I've got a little bit of diluted juice left. I need to get some more. In fact, I probably do need to go to the shops today. Which means I'll need to go before work, and if I go I'll have to make sure I factor that into the timing. I have been busy reading. I've made a little nest for myself over here. So did I tell you I'd reread this. I am now on to volume 4 of Crossplay Love. Because I did also, hold on, get the Humble bundle, and then I tried to do the bulk download, and my computer said no. So I have to download each one individually. And I think that's managed to do all those ones. So I've been doing them in like mini batches. So, because I started last night and it was like after midnight, and I was like, I need to go to bed. So it's taking me forever to do this. But while I was doing that, I was also reading through a lot of these. So I think I read. Did I finish this one this morning? I finished this one this morning already. This one was like started before midnight and finished after midnight, and I've started this one. Did I finish this one last night? I might have finished this one last night because I'm almost done with this. So yeah, my reread is great. We've got Mei and Hana, who are actually Shumei and Hanae. And this is what they actually look like. And then they're best buds. So that's his best friend and that's his best friend. But then we've also been introduced to a couple of new characters as well. Another like Kohai of Shumei's and another friend of Udon's and Hana's. And this is it Nakamura? Nakamurashi, who has like an aversion to girls, but ended up meeting Hana and thought that it would be fine to be friends with her. And then this is I don't know, it's kind of like a kind of a girly named Kotoko or something like that. And he's like 100 something tall. He's like super strong, and he follows Shumei around because of his strength and ability in fighting. They've got a really interesting, funny relationship. Like he seems to only really care about him. I don't like. There is way too much sweetness and light in this. And it's also so gay. Whether it's Yuri, Yaoi, it doesn't matter. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm having so much fun. And also I'm having fun because often when there's how do you say this? Like a miscommunication or a misunderstanding of identity. I don't know, how would you describe that? My brain's not working today. Mistaken identity, that's it. So it took me forever to find the word mistaken identity. When there's a mistaken identity or something like this, then you get, oh, that's the postman, then you get it often resolved fairly early on. And I always find like, if they'd kept the mistaken identity part going longer, you know, they could have really stretched out the jokes and stuff. And with this series, they're doing that. And I'm happy because that's where I have a good time. Like, for example, my like online friend turns out to be my real life boss. They ended up realizing who each other was like in the first volume. And I was like, no, I want to have the misunderstandings go on a bit longer. I want to be in on the joke for longer than the characters are. I want to be in on the joke for a long time. I want to feel like I'm superior. So, because I'm like, you don't know, but that person's actually that person. Ha 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 ha. You know, I really enjoy that. That's the kind of the fun giggle he kind of moments. But also then you feel really strongly for the characters because this is going on quite a long time, and I'm wondering at what point is this going to stop? Because I feel like the longer it goes on, unfortunately, then the bigger the betrayal is. So yeah, I'm having a good time, but I'm also a little bit cautious. The other thing is I've managed to get through to like volume 4 of this series really quite quickly. So I have completely abandoned, you might have noticed, my lesbian experience of loneliness. I'll get back to it. I will finish by the end of this month. But because I'm having a great time with this, I'm just going to focus on it. And also, I did just put 8 volumes of two 8-volume series on my TBR for this month. So yeah, like I'm good that I'm getting one of them. And Wandering Sun is very much a bit daunting. It's a kind of an intimidating to start with. And this is a lot more fun, and it's the tone that I'm enjoying. I really am. Plus, both series, whether it's Wandering Sun or Crossplay Love, have the color codes on the front, and so I think I'm going to manage to get quite a few of the colors if I choose to on this. I don't know. I'll have to check the bingo board again, but yeah, this could work for the colors too. Anywho, I'm gonna eat my delicious omelette and carry on downloading things, and I will check in when I've read some more. I have finished volume 4. I'll have to go upstairs and get volume 5. I also need to probably get ready for work, but I am still downloading the Humble Bundle. It is taking a forever. I don't know why, but yeah. I mean, what is there? Like 60 something things? So I don't know why, but it's taking a long time. This volume, was good. It was good. There was a revelation about one of the characters, but I kind of, obviously the earlier volumes had kind of intimated that there was some sort of connection or some sort of like that Shume knew Nakamura to some like degree, and I was wondering how he knew him and in what way they were connected or related, or you know, what was the connection. And I wasn't expecting it to be an actual relation, so I was like, oh, that is surprising. So that was a good twist. I was like, oh. But then yeah, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. So yeah, I'm gonna go up the stairs and get a volume 4. I'm glad I do have a red, yellow, green, and now a blue cover. But there's also lots of other things. I do need to check out what's on. I think I've left it over by the TV. What's on the bingo board? Because I don't know how many I've read now. I'll have to check it out. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna probably go upstairs and get ready. Put a pause on my downloading. Make sure I'm ready for work. It is a little bit early, but I want to be ready to go. I don't think I'll go to the shops. I'll just get whatever I've got. But yeah, I would just prefer to just read and enjoy the day as much as possible. So I'm going to go up and get volume 5. So good morning, another day. I got home last night after work and decided to just read volume 5, the rest of it. And I finished that last night. I was going to update you, but it was late at night and I was already in bed and my window was wide open and it was too late to do it because I would be bothering the neighbours. It's very hot. Even though the weather's not great, it's still very hot. And so I did start volume 6 as well. So we've got purple cover and now a pink cover. And I'm really enjoying this. This is really a lot of fun. And I'm enjoying that there's different representations, but also there's a lot of people who are unaware of what's going on and people who are aware of what's going on. And yeah, it's still very good fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. I like the talk about, you know, the interpersonal relationships is what's going on. But yeah, I have been enjoying this a lot. This was a good one. I enjoyed this last little section at the end. Where is it? This bit here, because it was part 2. Part 1 was in this one, and then part 2 was here. So Yuma's dressed up as a girl so that he can pretend to be Shun's girlfriend. Shun is one of the men, the noodle people. And I love how she's like, bet you can't even list 10 things, and zoom. Because Yuma's such a cosplay fanboy. So it was really cute. And then The revelation. It was just a really cute little one-off, well, two-parter. So it was good to see the other section of this one. And I just love Yuma here. Don't look at it. No, don't set it as your wallpaper. And then there's a little question and answer bit at the end, which was quite good. I like how they talk about crossplay, because I was like, why is it crossplay? Why are they calling it crossplay? I didn't realise that that's actually the term for when you're cosplaying a different gender. So you are, yeah. So if you're a boy, you dress as a girl. If you're a girl, you dress as a boy. And that's crossplay rather than cosplay. So I think that's kind of interesting. Did not know that. So yeah, I am done volume 6. I do have to go to work today, and turns out I have to go to work a little bit earlier than usual, because they're doing like emergency training. It's not emergency training, it's a training for an emergency. So like fire evacuations and things like that. So they're like, come on in for extra. I was like, fine, okay. So I'm gonna go a little bit earlier. I'll head over. I was going to go to the shops before, but I thought I might just do that tomorrow and do a wee bit of shopping. I've got a lot of things to do, and I need to get on my computer and get some things sorted as well, like banking things and stuff. I just feel like everything's getting on top of me because I'm focusing on reading instead, but I just want to read. I also went up and got the next 2 volumes that I have in this series, because I don't have them all. Turns out, is there 15 volumes out already now? Whoosh. Which means, I mean, with 6, that's not even halfway, we're not even halfway done. But I did go up and get the next 2 that I have on my shelf, and that is number 7 and number 8. So even though I've got, like, it's the worst food I've ever shown anyone. Scabby toast with butter, that's it, and a cup of coffee. And yeah, this is my puzzle that I'm doing. I started in my May buzzword vlog that's up on my channel, and it will continue in my June buzzword vlog that will be up on my channel when I've finished it. So yeah, I have 7 and 8. This one feels thick, actually. It's maybe they're the same size, but it feels thicker than the last one. So I was looking at this specifically to see what colors would come up, because I was like, oh, hopefully there's an orange. I think this is orange. Would you call this orange? Because I was thinking about what I've read already and what it counts for. So I need to think about what these are. Now, I feel like I did an LGBT one, and I'm in the process of reading a GL one. I have started a series. I've read a blue cover. I don't know if buy or pan has come up yet. Have I read a 7 Seas one? I don't know. Well, this is a 7 Seas one. Favourite trope? I don't know what my favourite trope is, so I'd have to think about that. Purple. Well, I just read this one, which is purple. Friends to lovers. I honestly, I don't know. What have I read? Oh, Sachimo's Black or White. That would be Friends to Lovers. I'll have to see if I've seen any underwear. Actually, I have to check that. A breakup. Oh, I don't know if I've read a breakup yet. Red, I've had a red one. Opposites attract. Well, I think these are opposites that attract. Yellow, I've read a yellow one. A friend's wreck. Oh, I need to see. Does anyone have any recs for me? An Omegaverse. Did I read an Omegaverse? I don't know if I have. Sublime Viz, I have. A love triangle? I don't know. Or threesome. Maybe I just find a threesome. Green one I have now read. Crossplay Love is coming in clutch. Coming out. Well, coming out as a cosplayer? Because that definitely comes up as well in here. Tokyo Pop. Have I read a Tokyo Pop? I did. I read that. That was my LGBT work. Uniforms. Well, they're always in school uniforms as well. And then Finish the Series, which I also did, because that was part of the I Want to Be a Wall. So I started a series and I finished the series. So I feel like I've got a lot And is there no yen press? There's no yen press. There's Tokyo Pop, Sublime, or Viz, a Seven Seas, or an unknown publisher. But I think Bazaar said you could just use that as an other publisher, so that could be the yen press one. So I could definitely have that. So I feel like there's quite a few there, because I have read so far, what's that, 6 volumes plus the 3, carry the 9, quite a few. So yeah, I have to do this properly, like visually. And I also wanted to write down, I haven't, the other ones, because one of them was to read a new release, which I did, that I want to buy one. I can't remember. Can I have a taste? That's the one. And also like read a DNF, so reread a DNF. And I only really have a couple of things that I have started and not finished, and I haven't read those yet. So yeah, anyway, my goal is to read an orange one next, which means I need to read this to be able to get to the orange one. So I might start that before I go to work today. Yeah, but I still feel a little bit busy. I'm going to eat my scabby toast and maybe give this a wee start. And also I probably should upload a video on my channel because it's been forever. So I'm going to do that as well. So yeah, that's my plan for the day. I'm loving this. I really now wish I had all the rest of the volumes. And I always say that when I start a series, I don't have it all. But yeah, volume 7 and 8 will just have to suffice for now, because that's only halfway through the series. So I'm wondering how much longer this goes on for. Maybe they never find out. Maybe they never find out. I don't know. I don't know. Hello, it is it's actually the next day. So I went to work. It was quite a long shift, considering it was technically, well, the same as my normal shifts, but I got off a little bit early. But by the time I got back home, I was so tired, I just kind of went to bed. And then I couldn't sleep for a while. I ended up reading a webcomic. So it is what it is. Then I had to get up early and go to work. So I got home while literally just as I was leaving work. Fabulous news. I got a little notification saying that my parcel had been delivered to the Morrisons. Next near my work there's a Morrisons, and they had the little post-in boxes. So I have a little parcel to open, but we're not going to open it right now. We'll open it later. So yeah, it is being delivered, which I'm very happy about and kind of excited about. So yeah, I have here, because I was next to the Morrisons, I very rarely go in, actually, if I'm honest. And I got myself a little carrot cake slice. Don't worry, this isn't the only thing I've eaten today. I did, before I went to work, I did make myself a lovely vegetable omelette, and so I was fairly full. And then I got home and I had some chicken, and so now I have a little sweet treat to have. I'm gonna read this, but I'm also, while I'm eating this, I'm probably gonna watch Kayla from Books and Lala video, because another one's been uploaded, and I was like, may as well have something. But honestly, I am enjoying this. I will quite happily just be reading this, because I want to read volume 7 and volume 8, and then I'm wondering how long this video is going to be. So I'm going to check the times on each of the different like clips and see if this is going to be a long video or not. But yeah, I really want to read this. But while I'm eating my sweet treat, I'm gonna watch some Kayla. Hello again. It is another day. I have just had a little bit of pizza. I I would like to say I just got back from work. I did not. I got back from work a few hours ago. And I went to the gym after work. I know. I'm shocked at myself too. And worked out for about an hour. And I mainly went because my work colleague was going to the gym after work and was like, you gotta come. And I was like, I don't really want to. I don't gotta. But he convinced me to go. He's a lot younger than me, and he's doing really, really well. And so he was being like really positive. So I was like, fine, okay. So yeah, maybe I'm a gym bunny. No, but seriously, it was exhausting and I'm really tired. And when I got back, I was like, still lovely, gorgeous weather. We're having like a mini heat wave. We're at the start of a mini heat wave here in the UK. And where I am up in the north of Scotland, it's pretty hot and clammy. It's not particularly comfortable, but it does mean that we finally have no rain, and so I can cut my grass. So I got home and cut my grass and put on a couple of loads of washing, and after I've eaten, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. But I thought, let's get this video finished so I can edit it. Because I feel bad that I haven't put a video for Pride Manga Readathon out yet. Usually I'd have like maybe 2 done by now. Not that I haven't been reading. I've been reading. So let's go through what I have been reading, because I did finish Crossplay Love by reading volume 7 and volume 8. I think this was quite late last night when I finished volume 8, and I love it, and I hate that I don't have any more. I really, really want the rest of the series. It's been really good fun. There was a couple more little like revelation-y things, some people liking people, more liking's going on. Literally, they're like catnip. I think everyone just has a thing for Hana-chan and Mei-chan. Like everyone. And I'm really, really loving it. So yeah, it's kind of a bit and the whole thing with the family, the father, loved it. Very Oran High School Host Club in a way. But yeah, I really want the rest of the series now. It does mean though that according to this little low tech version of the lovely bingo board, I circled all of the colours in purple, and so I've ticked them off in green. So I have an orange for volume 8, and I have blue, volume 4, and I have a purple, volume 5, and then a red, which is volume 1, and then a yellow, volume 2, and a green, which is volume 3, which means I have volume 6 and 7 that I could utilise in any of these, because I do have also a 7Cs one, so I could tick off a 7Cs one for one of these for sure. So I feel like that's another one that I can tick using my left hand. Good job. And so what else have I got? So let's go through the wee stack. So this is everything that I've read so far and completed. So I want to say that well, I was like in 2 minds. Should I go with at 30 I realised I had no gender for a Tokyo Pop or an LGBT? And technically it was going to be an LGBT, so I'm going to tick LGBT because that's a good one. And I was reading My Lesbian Experience of Loneliness. I'm still not finished. That's the bookmark. And it's pretty much in the same place it was. So yeah, I still need to finish this one. And that was going to be for the Yuri one. Starting a series, I would say I want to be a wall. And then finishing a series, I want to be a wall. So I feel good about that one. Which means I need to do Opposites Attract and an unknown publisher. Now, I have volume 2 there, so because there's no yen press on here, I think I'm going to go with an Bazaar says it's fine. I'm going with Bazaar. Unknown publisher is fine. So that's all of those and this one. And I also have May I Have a Taste, which was for specifically a new release, but also a Viz or Sublime one. I feel like, because I don't know of any of the others that it would come under. So I'm going with a Viz or Sublime one here. So that's another tick. And for May I Have a Taste. And then I have Black or White, volume 11 and volume 12. And I think because we already got Sublime Viz, we can go with Friends to Lovers for those two, because they definitely are friends to lovers. There's talk of a breakup. Well, there was a whole thing. Was that what you would call for volume 11? Like or was that in volume 10? Because it seems like I might need to check. Because that would be good. Or coming out. There was definitely coming out. Because they had to admit to they had to admit to one of the agencies. Does that count? I feel like that counts. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. Let's go with that one. Whoa. Okay, so I feel like that's most of the things. So is that one for each? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I still have a 7Cs one to use. Is there anything that I can put another of the crossplay loves down as? I mean, a love triangle. I don't think that crossplay love is a love triangle. It is love decahedron or something. It's like a love triangle. No, it's more like a love. It's not even a love pyramid. It's like some sort of 3D model that involves multiple angles and corners and edges. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So in the spirit of it, yeah, but I don't think so, not truly. So I'm wondering, uniform, I could use it for uniform because they're always in school. That's an easy one. Right, we're going for it. Yay! Okay, so of the 15 that I have read so far, and I have to say, Crossplay Love has been so much fun, which is a bit sad because I'm supposed to be reading all of these non-fiction things, and it's just my brain is just not there. So yeah, I still have to get a GL or a Yuri. Someone who's specifically talking about being bi or pan. Who talks about that? Does someone talk about that? Maybe that was in the webcomic I was reading. My favourite trope, and I don't know what my favourite trope is. Is it bisexual awakening? It might be bisexual awakening. So maybe that's what I need to keep an eye out for. I also love rivals to lovers. I love rivals to lovers. And I also enjoy gay pining. That's another one. So gay pining, bisexual awakening, rivals to lovers. There's quite a few tropes I quite enjoy. Opposites attract. I need to get that. And I could have, instead of uniform, I could have gone for opposites attract. But they aren't really opposites attracting in the usual sense. So I can't like, are they? They are, but they're not, so I don't want to take that. I feel, and a friend's rec, I still need to think of something. So if I get this video out, this might be the last one I do. If I get this video out, please do rec me something, especially because I've just done a TBR reset. I will put a link somewhere, maybe, if I remember. But if not, please go check out that video and you can see everything that's on my shelves. Please do recommend that I read something from my shelves. And I also have an Amigaverse. I need to find an Amiga. So a love triangle, and then another Tokyo Pop I need to read, which I do have that one about the marrying my husband. Not that one. I adopted my husband, that kind of thing. So yeah, I feel like that's not too bad actually, considering I was feeling really bad about it, but now that I've added all crossplay loves, I don't feel too bad. In terms of the dates though, I am like 5 behind. But that's just how it goes. It's just how it is. I mean, I'm so busy going to the gym now. That's what happens. I don't really want to do the retry a DNF, but I'm gonna have to, haven't I? And these are the ones that I think I've already done. I haven't necessarily posted on social media though, so these aren't really properly done. But yeah, I'm having a great time. I know I'm not really being as active on social media lately, or for the past year really, but I am having a good time and I am reading through stuff and I am enjoying it. One of the other things I have on my list for my TBR was to read Secretly I've Been Suffering About Being Sexless, and that seems like one that I might find underwear, and it's one I'm not entirely sure if is actually LGBT or if it's about desire. And I feel like that might be, for me as someone who is more asexual than anything, I feel like desire is something that kind of comes under it. If we look at asexuality, there is you know, a spectrum of desire there, so I feel like that might be worth reading. I feel like it could count, so I feel like that's one to read. So I've got these two, and I also still have that package that I brought back. I haven't opened yet, so maybe that's what we're going to open. I might just do it tomorrow. I'm honestly really, really tired after all of that gym and then housework and the lawnmower and all that kind of stuff. I know I've got more tidying to do, but I want to read or I want to go have a snooze. But I definitely wanted to finish this video so I could get it edited and up. I've had a great time so far this month, and I have actually read quite a bit. I'm nowhere near as much as everyone else, but still, I feel kind of proud of myself. And for reading some things that I've purchased. I mean, how often does that happen? Which reminds me, I still have the other purchases to read. So yeah, we're going to try and see if we can get that done as well. I'm going to try and see how much I can get done anyway for the last, like, 10 or so days of June. Still plenty more spaces to fill. And yeah, hope you're all having a great Pride month and then you're enjoying your Pride Manga readathon if you're taking part. Whenever I have gone on social media, I've been enjoying to see what other people are reading. So well done everyone who's been taking part, and it's been great to see everyone else's, even if I'm not busy doing it myself. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's not too boring. Sorry about that. Take care guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!